Hey boys and girls, I'm going to call this the asterisk section. And why am I calling it that? Because asterisk, that's why. Check the description for what the asterisk is.
Hello, little children. Today, I have to take this hat off today.
Hold it! Okay, I have 3 questions. Number 1, would that hat even exist in this universe? Because that completely contradicts the setup. In this alternate reality, I guess you're posing again. Literary monogamy, that video will come soon. But just to go into that a little bit, I don't think that hat would exist, and you wearing it in this joke doesn't really work. Because it doesn't exist theoretically in this universe you have proposed. Number 2, why did you edit in a bunch of silent children? Is it from that commercial, the whatever the fuck commercial where they're asking the kids a bunch of questions about money? Is it that commercial? Did you just edit in a bunch of silent children so you could avoid copyright? That's my question. And number 3, what the fuck is with this music, man?
Today, I have to tell you a very hard truth, and that truth is this. I know your mom and your dad told you that, you know, if you do something naughty, it's bad, but, I have to tell you that it's not.
Hold it! What the fuck? Okay, I'm not even that great of an editor, and even I'm not that fucking bad. You should see some of my old work. It's atrocious as fuck, but even I'm not that bad. Come on, guy. Use a still picture. Use something that's not this. And what the fuck was with the puppies? What is going on?
Oh man, it's gonna be hard. But listen, just bear with me. Just bear with me, okay? There is no such thing as good and evil. When you steal, that's not a bad thing, but it's not a good thing either. If you don't do your homework, you know, and you decide to go to school and disrespect your teacher, it's not bad, but it's not good either. Okay? If you have a sandwich and you see somebody hungry and you share it with someone, that's not good, but it's not bad either.
Objection! Wow, you're super butthurt that there's no such thing as good and evil, is there? Like, making this video, I can just tell there's some underlying spite that there's not an actual, factual yes and no, good and evil. And you're just super upset that some people think, and I mean, to me it is, like, there's no, yeah, you're right. Everything you state here, you're fucking right. It's within connotation that it matters, you ass monkey. Don't tell people that. I mean, yeah, sure, it depends on the perspective and it's subjective, but we have things called laws. You're gonna get people arrested. You're gonna get these kids from the fucking commercial arrested. Because technically, yeah, I mean, we instill morals, we tell kids shit because they're too young to understand. I'm okay with religion because it's a good scapegoat, because I'm assuming anybody who's ever dealt with a kid before eventually has the why, endless why conversation. And yeah, it's good to say God this or God that, and then let them later figure out. If they want to continue to be religious, fine. If they don't, okay, I'm not for indoctrination, but if I tell them this ambiguous thing and use good and evil, it fucking stops the why conversation and gets them to not do the stupid shit. They can later figure out, or I can later convince them, and it's a social thing. Society doesn't like it when we do crazy shit like theft or murder or anything that's illegal. It's not because God, it's because we don't want people to murder each other and steal from each other. The reason why we came up with it in a secular perspective, and the reason why laws exist, is so we don't have complete and utter social chaos. It's so we can actually function as a society, so civilizations can exist. So we have accountability. I'm sorry to say, but let's just say, for the sake of argument, And I bet if I ever get into a fucking hangout with you, you're going to be like, well, what about this video? We're just using this as a hypothetical to argue in your court, because it seems like my points would get more to you if we argue in your court. So let's just say, for argument's sake, and for me to get my point across, that your God exists. This is not an admission of me being not an atheist. This is just a thought experiment. Let's just say your God exists. Okay? You believe that your God exists. He does fuck of all. Can you really point? Like, he doesn't. I mean, fuck it, G-Man. If your God, if he does exist, does fuck of all. I know I just said that, but I'm saying it again. He doesn't do fuck, even if he does exist. I don't think he does. I was going to say I don't think he doesn't exist. I don't think he exists because there's very little evidence of him existing. I mean, to me, if religion is real, if that's a possibility for whatever fucking weird reason, deism is like the most logical religion to exist, because at least it makes fucking sense. God made the earth and fucked off, because as of 2016, he does fuck of all. If you go and pray that somebody today won't get raped or killed or whatever, if you know somehow for whatever reason that somebody's going to get raped and killed. I was about to say raped and killed, and I'm not editing that out because fuck that shit. But if you go and pray that whatever person that you know is going to get raped or killed, if you get on your knees and pray to your God, whether he exists or doesn't, it doesn't fucking matter. You know what would actually get things done and possibly save that person from being raped or killed? Not fucking praying, getting up, calling the police, or going there yourself. Depending on the situation, if it's like your neighbor that's about to be raped and killed, and you can stop it, get your ass over there. Or better yet, if it's for whatever reason if you know somebody across town that's about to be raped or killed or stolen from, call the fucking police. Don't pray. Even if your God exists, doesn't do anything. The thing that keeps humans accountable and the reason why we have laws and such is because God doesn't do fucking shit. Whether he exists or doesn't fucking matter at this point. What does matter, and what has been keeping civilizations going, and what keeps our current society going, is human accountability. The justice system isn't because God. The justice system is because we humans have to keep each other from being fucking idiots and psychopaths and quote-unquote evil.
Now, about the birds and the bees now, okay? If an adult touches you in that certain place that they're not supposed to touch you, that's not evil, but it's not good either.
Objection! Okay, that's a fucking low blow, and a little bit of intelligence insulting. Are you really degrading atheists to that standard, like we all be okay with fucking child rape? That's very insulting and kind of offensive. I think this is the first time ever in my existence I've been offended before, because I don't usually get offended at things. If it's something that requires a negative reaction, I immediately jump to pissed. Because more often than not, I let most things go. But this is really fucking offensive. Like, seriously, man, I've never been religious, but I'm not okay with child fucking. It's not because God, it's not because good and evil, it's because it's fucking fucked up. That's why. It's not because it's evil, it's because it's fucking despicable. I don't like child rape, not because God, but because I understand the fucking science, and I'm interested in social sciences, like psychology. I fucking know rape victims. And I've heard their stories, and I've never been a rape victim, thankfully, and I hope I don't ever become one. But I can use fucking context clues from, like, adult rape victims the rare few that can emotionally stand to describe their harrowing experience, from those brave enough to share their stories and to see their emotional distress. And then for that to be on a fucking kid is just despicable. I mean, just look up any adult rape victim and see how fucked up they are after their experience and apply that to a fucking kid. It's not right. It's fucking horrifying. It's bad, and in my connotation, okay, it's fucked up that it happens to an adult, but it's even more fucked up that it's a kid. That's not a religious objection. That's just a humanitarian objection, you fucking ass clown.
you grow up and become an adult and you shoot someone just for no apparent reason, just because you felt like it, that's not considered good or evil either.
Objection!
Okay, that's a fucking crime.
It's a fucking crime.
It's a crime. You didn't specify in this New World Order that all laws were removed. What is this, the Purge? That's still a crime. Again, probably in my literary analysis of the beginning, I'll poke the holes and go into that some more. But for fuck's sake, you didn't say all laws were removed, asshole. Just because morality is gone theoretically doesn't mean the laws are. You didn't specify the laws being changed, so this doesn't make any fucking sense.
If, let's say, for example, just hear me out. I know this is confusing, but this is the truth according to these individuals who gave this to me. Okay, this is important now. Okay, if you want to cheat on your wife on a regular basis, and little child over here, if you want to cheat on your husband on a regular basis when you get big, that is not considered good or evil. And then if someone comes and tell you that that's good and evil, you need to look at them funny, especially if they're an atheist.
Objection!
Not all relationships are based on morality. The only two I've had in my life thus far were not based on morality. Let's see. The first one tried to strangle me, and we didn't break up after that immediately because I'm a fucking idiot, but that wasn't moral. Yet she did it over something stupid, and then the second one cheated on me. By the way, she was a Christian. That was fun. She cheated on me. So it wasn't morality keeping those things from happening, and it was, well, they fucking, as I said, with the second girlfriend, that shit happened anyway. By the way, again, did I mention, oh yeah, she's Christian? Oh wait, I already said that, because she was Christian. Doesn't fucking matter. The stipulations and guidelines and whatever have you are set between relationship and relationship. I know some relationships are based around religion, but in this day and age, most modern relationships, especially with the younger crowd, are based on, or at least the guidelines and the rules for the relationship are based upon the decisions of the two involved. I have friends who are in open relationships. They love each other, and they are mostly loyal to each other, but they also sleep around. So it depends on the relationship. It's subjective as fuck. To you, a Christian, it's like, no, that's bad. And whatever relationship you may be in or may have been in, no, that's bad. I personally do not prefer the open relationships. If, I'm potentially interested in dating a person and they're like, let's have open relationships, depending on how emotionally invested in that person I am at the time, pre-relationship, obviously, I might reconsider, because that's just not how the kind of relationship I personally want. But again, it depends on the people in the relationship. It doesn't depend on universal morality, dude. For most of my life, I've gone without morality. When I was young, I didn't just magically get reality when I figured out the Bible existed. No, I got that shit from my parents, and from how I acted with other individuals, what pissed them off, what didn't, what my friends didn't like, what they did like, what got me through life easier, what didn't get me through life easier. Most of the stuff, like most of the actions you would consider bad or being dickish, I got from trial and error. There's some stuff I used to do that the general populace found annoying, and I stopped doing them, or at least ceased to do them in public, because people found it annoying. I base most of my morality and things I find evil and good off of social interactions and just the general haphazardry of society. There's no objective morality. There's no particular set of rules and regulations. I'm sorry, that's just not how it is. Everything is subjective as fuck and relative. Get the fuck over it. To me, what things are morally right as to what keeps society going. Rape, murder, theft, and all the crazy shit you've mentioned thus far doesn't keep society moving as smoothly as not doing it. Our society obviously moves a lot smoother, and we can all get along more if we're not raping each other or killing each other or taking shit from each other. As for the open relationships bit, again, as I stated previously, that depends on the fucking relationship.
fact, they're the best people to get married to. Because they will accept the fact that you will continually cheat on them on a regular basis. They will have no problem with you walking up to one of their family members and pop them in the head with a bullet because they don't believe in good and evil. And neither should you, because atheists are the smartest people in the world.
Obviously, real no objection here. I mean, I have an objection. That's all fucking stupid. But I'd like to point out, you just sound like an Atheism Plus fundy. Yeah, atheism, atheistic fundamentalists exist. The funny thing is, on a side note, I will admit, and this might be a fun story to you if you make it this far. You probably fucking won't. I don't know who will, but interestingly enough, my actual first run-in with fundamentalism was Atheism Plus. We had a prevalency. I lived at the time in East Plano, and we had a little bit of a prevalency of religion, and we did also have some Atheist Plus fundy fuckers. And my first run-in with fundamentalism as a whole was Atheism Plus. So thanks for ruining my life and making things worse for me. I only had a few direct interactions, all negative, obviously, with the Atheism Plus fuckers, but their actions within the neighborhood and within the little community of Plano East did not make it easy in the slightest to be an atheist, an open atheist in Texas, let alone fucking Plano. The general atheist is not an atheism pluser, or atheist plus, or whatever the fuck you want to call them. That's like a minority, dude. That's not general atheist.
Their intelligence and their logic is so high, it is incomprehensible. There used to be this belief called Christianity that they completely destroyed. And look in the world, there is no crime whatsoever. People are cheating on each other, it's not considered good or evil. I mean, look at this, people murdering each other, there's no good and evil. People, whole entire civilizations were wiped out.
Sir, that's not the world. That's a fucking wall and an AC thing, I guess. Air conditioning unit, I believe. I don't know what the fuck that is. That's what that looks like. Maybe it's not. I have no fucking clue, but I think you're delusional. Look, if you wanted to put on a show, that's fine, but no offense to you, good sir, and this is coming from somebody who used to be an avid thespian, your acting skills suck dick. And you're not necessarily conveying this. You're just sitting in front of a fucking wall with an AC unit. You're not conveying well enough with your improvisation that there's a world behind you. That's a wall. It's an AC unit. Try fucking harder if you want to convey to me that you could have pulled up a crude drawing and that would have been better than just waving your hand in front of the wall. I mean, come on, man. Try.
Because they bought into the lie of Hitler saying that only the strong can survive. But there's no good and evil. There's no crime. Look at our wonderful new world order.
Yeah, look at the fucking wall. New world order. This bit was too short for an objection or a hold it. Yeah, walls and new world order. Yeah, that's still a fucking wall.
So it's like that. You know, there's no such thing as good and evil. Christians are a little crazy. You know, God forbid, you know, they actually wanted you to, to be faithful to your spouse. To not kill nobody for no apparent reason. God forbid, that those dreaded Christians were here. You know, and they were telling you that it's good to tell the truth and not lie to people. Ugh. But you know what? Those Christians ain't here no more. We have our new world where you can do whatever you want, when you want.
Atheism Plus G-Man, in stores now.
And look like a fool doing it.
I love you, you love me. We're a happy family with a great big hug and a kiss from me to you. Won't you say you love me too, Mama? I love you.
Objection!
Yeah, it's not like those people were breaking codes of conduct called laws, you reprehensible nitwit, and it's not like those people with the dogs were something called police, aka law enforcers. No, it's just atheists running amok. It's not like people could be arrested for inciting riots and rioting. No, that's just fuck morality, it doesn't exist. Fuck the Christians, atheists will ruin all the things because Jesus!